Hi, Internet. I'm John Appleseed. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. Today, we've got the Sunday New York Times puzzle for this week. It was posted on August 9th, 2026. Erik Agard is the constructor, and the title of the puzzle is Freestyle Exercise. Erik Agard is an excellent crossword setter. He is younger, and I think the New York Times relies on him and others to inject some fresh vocabulary and new cultural references into what is kind of has a reputation as an old fogey puzzle, the New York Times Sunday. So freestyle exercise. Freestyle is a style of improvised rap, I think. So given the constructor's background, Erik Agard, and the title freestyle, I wonder if there will be some references in here to things that maybe I'm not as familiar with. But we'll see how it goes. And let's get into the puzzle. One across is 1 bit. Not sure. 19 across, a grid spanning answer. We've got 2 stacks of grid spanning answers at the top and bottom of the puzzle. 19 across, swimmer's invitation. Probably something like jump on in, the water's fine, maybe. 23 across, 1 of 2 in Hawaii. We have 2 A's and 2 I's in the word Hawaii. It's going to be a longer answer than that. 24 across, father of the river gods in Greek myth. Not sure about that. Is it Poseidon? 27 across, ones who've made the team. Nope, 35 across, show great fondness. In a way, that might be to dote. 41 across is fox-like. Foxes are thought to be sly. Let's try that. 1 down, results of some peace talks. No, 2 down, wow. No, 3 down, government act whose name comes from the Greek for forgetfulness. With a TY ending, maybe it's amnesty. I could see how that is related to forgetfulness. You're forgetting the crimes of the people you're giving amnesty to. 4 down, papal representative. The papal nuncio is what my first thought is. That doesn't fit, obviously. Something else. It's 5 down, Michaels of Saturday Night Live. That's probably Lorne Michaels. I learned recently he was the model for Dr. Evil. 1 across 1 bit. Let's try at all. We've got that L at the end. I think that's going to fit. 19 across. Yeah, jump on in, the water's fine. Or come on in, the water's fine. I think either of those would fit. 23 across, 1 of 2 in Hawaii. Father of the river gods. All right, not Poseidon. I thought Poseidon because, you know, he's the god of the ocean. Ones who've made the team. Will end in an S. Wow. Is 2 down. I'm not expressing amazement myself. A papal legate might fit for 4 down. Let's try come on in, the water's fine. That does fit. 1 of 2 in Hawaii. You might have peace accords as a result of peace talks. Congressional seats in Hawaii, maybe? Maybe Oceanus is the father of the river gods. Okay. I don't know that the name as a god's name from Greek mythology, but it certainly fits. Let's try too cool for wow. Then once you've made the teams, get on the roster. I think this is going to be something about Congress for Hawaii. 20 down, branch with a stem. Something about a neuron or a neurological something. 6 down, angry cat's greeting. An angry cat might hiss at you. 7 down, naval rank could be ensign. 8 down, retort of denial. Maybe it's It is not bad jobs. Put an I there. Maybe it's heists, bad criminal jobs. It is not for retort of denial. 9 down. Offer emotional support to show up. I will always show up for you. Maybe. Time, that is an artist's name, backward. So T-E, Monet or Manet, those aren't times, tenem or tenom, I'm not sure. 11 down, did the butterfly, that's a swimming stroke, so maybe swam or swum. Overwhelm, to swamp, I feel overwhelmed, I'm swamped with emails. Let's try show up for the show of emotional support, then we ought to be able to get 28 across. 1 at the U.S. Mint. With a question mark. So the U.S. Mint's where we make coins. Artist, that is a name, an artist, a time that is an artist names. What is it? What is a time? 10 down. Oh, that could be 10 a.m. Yeah, Manet does fit. And then e pluribus unum shows up on U.S. coins, and that means one in Latin. Out of many, one is what that motto means. Okay, so let's try unum as the one that is involved with the U.S. Mint. 10 a.m. Yeah, I wasn't parsing that as that way, but that gives us Manet spelled backwards. Let's try congressional district. Hawaii might have 2 of those. 21 down, number of letters. Is it the alphabet? I'm not quite sure. 12 down, company whose logo depicts the god Mercury holding flowers. That's probably the floral company, FTD. 12 across, target of an annual vaccine, the flu shot. Got to get mine for this year. 13 down, Dutch city with a namesake jar. Leiden is a Dutch city. Is there a Leiden jar? Kind of rings a bell, maybe for something from electronics. 14 down, blank major. Let's try Ursa Major, the constellation there. 26 across, Jamaican folk song about dock work. Day-o, day-o, daylight come and me won't go home. That is about loading bananas onto the banana boat, I think. Yeah, day-o. Ocular affliction is a sty for 22 down. 15 down, because I got high, rapper. Name is not clicking to me. I have heard the song before, so not too far out of my ken. 15 across, X or Y. Could be variables or maybe gens, Gen X, Gen Y. 16 across, 12 letters. If we spell the number 12 in Roman numerals using English letters, we get XII for 12. Magazine for Entrepreneurs, Inc. is a business magazine. 18 down, good to go, set. X or Y axis on a graph. So Afro somebody for because I got high. 31 across, what might pile up during a digital detox. If you're on a digital detox, you don't read your email or respond to them. So there we go. They might pile up. 29 across, a long-handled tool is a hoe. Okay, that's the top section of the puzzle done, I think. 36 across, in the lead, on top. And 38 across, cow. To cow someone can be to intimidate them. Is it used in that sense? 40 across, Oscar winner Hathaway, probably Anne Hathaway. Let's stay over here in this section. 42 across, winter pellets. You might have pellets of sleet in winter weather. 28 down, Uinta and Ouray. Reservation people, probably the Utes, for whom the state of Utah is named. 37 down, reality TV icon blank leaks. I don't know that. So this is probably neurology is a branch of study, a branch of science or medicine. Is it has to do with because it's a STEM field, or are we talking about the brain stem? I think is something you would study in neurology. I think that's probably what's going on there. 46 across, godsends are Things that are welcome, things that are good, or is it goods? 50 across, beaver's home. Beavers live in dams, don't they? Or lodges, yeah, the beaver lodge, that makes sense. I think this is Neely, maybe. God sends. 42 down, parts of many combo meals. You get a side and a drink with your combo meal. 46 down, foretelling of. Not sure. 53 across, counterpart of 53 down. And 53 down is counterpart of 53 across. Bluey fits, just a character there. 56 across. Some Indian flatbreads. Okay, I've seen Indian flatbread used to clue both roti and naan, I think. I don't know the difference between roti and naan. 59 across, let's do it. Nope, 62 across. Reprimand that might be biting, ironically. So there's some reference to your teeth or something. I don't know. 65 across, www. String would be a URL in internet terms. 68 across, up for the day, awake. Or awoken, maybe. 75 across, many a spacious apartment. Are lofts spacious? I guess they feel spacious. 80 across, go undefeated. Not lose, no. 56 down, almsgiving and pilgrimage for 2. Both of those, I guess, could be considered rituals. 53 down is counterpart of 53 across, and I don't know what it is. 50 down, destiny. It is, I am your density. I am your fate, your lot. No. 46 down, foretelling of. Let's try rotis for the Indian flatbread now that we've got that R there. 59 across, let's do it. I'm in. I think gives us that sense. Up for the day. Your lot in your life is your fate. It's my lot in life. It's not a lot, but it's my life. 53 across and 52 down are counterparts of each other. I don't know. Maybe arisen for up for the day. Go undefeated. 69 down, treeless tracts. No, okay, we get into this section through some of these other clues. What's 46 down? Foretelling of boding. I don't know what the God sends is. Okay, let's move over here. We'll come back to that section. 38 across, cow. No, 43 across, blank, forgiveness. Debt forgiveness, loan forgiveness. 47 across, up to 150 years for a tortoise. Probably lifespan. Does that fit? Yep. 51 across, communicate through a disagreement. All right, so far, I'm not quite sure what the theme is. Usually there's a Sunday theme. Sometimes they don't have one. What was the title of the puzzle was Freestyle Exercise. So maybe there is no theme. Maybe the whole thing is just Erik Agard freestyling the answers without worrying about a theme, which might be the case here. Also, not a lot that I'm not too familiar with. The rapper is the only thing that I'm not quite sure, but I have heard that, and I think it's Afro Man. And wasn't he in a court case recently? He made some parody videos mocking the police or something. Yeah, I think that's Afro Man. I think he's the rapper. So, not that familiar with the song, but I have heard it, and it took me a while to get the name of the artist, but we got that eventually. So not too far out of my experience. 44 across, say without saying. To sign, to indicate, title for Macbeth. I remember reading Macbeth in high school, and that was the first time I ever came across the word Thane, Thane of Cawdor, and so forth. To cow, yeah, I think it's something about intimidating. This is probably alphabet. Surpassed. Over on, nope. Blank forgiveness. We'll try debt forgiveness to go with that B. 51 across, communicate through a disagreement. 54 across is display perfect timing, much like dancers. No, 57 across, first woman to play regularly in a major American men's pro baseball league. I don't know that. 60 across, setting for Ghassan Kanafani's All That's Left to You and Mourid Barghouti's Isa Ramallah. Ramallah is in Iraq. Barghouti and Kanafani sound like they are Middle Eastern names. I feel like it's going to be Iraq with a reference to Ramallah. Is it Middle East or something like that? 60 down, hammer parts. Hammers have peens. The peen on a ball peen hammer is shaped like a ball. 57 down, bit of folklore. Could it be lore? 54 down, it's not exactly fast food. I feel like I've seen that clue before. Oh no, it was in French. The answer was escargot. And I was like, ce n'est pas du fast food. So we're looking for a French thing. So this is something, a food that is not fast. Escargot is made of snails, so it's not a fast food. I don't know what the answer is. 51 down, something that might not be well received when someone asks, how do I look? Is that what you're wearing? I don't know. An honest opinion. 47 down, bestowing extravagantly on. No, 43 down, selling off as stocks. That might be divesting. Edging, for example, for 38 down. The edging of, I'm thinking of landscape terms here. I'm not sure. 51 across is communicate through a disagreement, and I just don't know what that is. Okay, maybe here we can get more. Say without saying, to hint at. And 45 down, big initials in Dutch banking. I think ING is a Dutch bank. Okay, 32 down is group in support of a queen. Yeah, so an ant colony, maybe. Then 33 down, rushing around in a something. 34 down, last Beatles single before McCartney's departure. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Just a Beatles song that fits there. 49 across, the first C of Vietnam's HCMC. HCM might stand for Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh City, maybe. Let's try an H there. Communicate through a disagreement. Note 55 across, agency that protects the right to unionize. I think that is the National Labor Relations Board. 58 across, bond between Lazenby and Dalton. So Lazenby and Dalton, both actors who played James Bond. I think in between them we had Roger Moore. 61 across, like a lion's coat. Lions have tawny coats, is that kind of color that describes a lion's coat. Rushing around in a hurry. 52 down, was flaky. It snowed. We got snowflakes, so the weather was flaky. It involved snow. Through a disagreement. Oh, is there something like work things out? Like we're communicating to work through a disagreement, to resolve a disagreement, to have things out. Yeah, let's really have things out. We'll hash everything out and we'll get it resolved. Display perfect timing, like dancers. Move as one. That's something dancers do. 48 down, source of fragrant cones. Yeah, pine trees. 30 down, surpassed. Outshone. Cow is taunt. edging. Number of letters. Alphabet soup. How is that a number? A number, a group of, a number of letters. There are various letters in a bowl of alphabet soup. Okay, yeah. Took a minute to figure that one out. Don't know this name. The setting for these works. Reprimand. That might be biting. 63 down is purple yam and Filipino desserts. Okay, ube I've seen showing up on menus recently. Honey Boo Boo. Drink your go-go juice, Honey Boo Boo. 66 across. Nope, somebody across named names. You sang, as an informant might do. Stand-up comic blank Wong. I don't know, Wang or Wong. 682 across Enterprise letters. Okay, my first thought is just USS Enterprise, as in as from Star Trek, is also an aircraft carrier. It's not exactly fast food. Molasses, so another food that moves slowly. Something stone, maybe. Okay, to cow, to intimidate, is to daunt, and then edging. Two teams, one edges the other by defeating it. Lavishing, for bestowing extravagantly upon. Yeah, an honest, I think. This doesn't look, oh, maybe it's Palestine. Ramallah, oh no, I'm thinking of Ramadi in Iraq. Ramallah is in Palestine, yeah, the West Bank. Okay, so let's try this. It's not alphabet soup, it is the alphabet song. A number is a musical number. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is the alphabet song. It is a number that is composed of letters. Okay. I was mixing up Ramallah and Ramadi, of course, there. Now I realize that. Okay. So is this a thing or reprimand that might be biting, ironically? Honey Boo Boo. A bee sting could be an accident related to honey, I guess, like Winnie the Pooh might experience. Could this be a tale for the bit of folklore? Honest answer is what we're looking to avoid when someone asks, how do I look? A tongue lashing is the reprimand that might be biting, ironically, because it involves a tongue. So yeah, you know what I mean there. So and I spelled lot in life wrong. That was a typo. That should have been an N, which maybe you've gotten me tongue lashing sooner. Is this today and tomorrow are counterparts of each other? Go undefeated to what would 42 down then be? Sodas is another thing. Yeah, that might be part of a combo meal at a fast food restaurant. God sends our boons. That makes sense. Nini leaks. Okay, I'm going to accept that. Then boding for foretelling of. We'll put in today and tomorrow as the counterparts of each other. And I think that section is done. Sheng Wang could be a plausible name. Let's try over here. 64 across, group of partridges. I feel like that is a covey of partridges, maybe? Like the Taj Mahal and the Hagia Sophia architecturally. Two places of, I was going to say Taj Mahal is a tomb, I think. Are they domed? Both of them probably have domes, yep. Wonk is a maven. someone who specializes in an obscure field. Main ingredient in salsa verde. Tomatillo is a green salsa ingredient that I've seen on menus. Oh God, for 71 across, that could be aw man maybe. Sounds from pigeons. No, pigeons coo. And in a moment or two, we'd bill and coo and never even know what we'd thought about. Maybe this is a groan for oh God. 67 down, simple coffee brewing method. Drip coffee is a method I've heard of where a band might go around your waist, the waistband, yeah. 71 down, pleasing rhythms. And 78 down, eddies. Whirls, maybe. 683 across, let's put a smile on your plate. Chain, that is the slogan of the International House of Pancakes, or IHOP. Nintendo villain with a W on his cap. Okay, Wario, I guess, is the bad guy. I got confused in a recent puzzle thinking Mario and Wario were brothers, but actually it's Mario and Luigi are the brothers in question in the Mario Brothers game. 89 down, since, as of such and such a date, since that date. Self-congratulatory declaration, I rule. And let's try whirls for eddies, as in a whirlpool. As in visualize world peas. Go undefeated. I still don't know what that is. 86 across. Combine as resources. You pool resources. See if we can get another song before we finish the puzzle. 91 across. Controversial business oversight. No, and 96 across. Amusement park ride in which one's legs dangle high off the ground. Is it a roller coaster or something? And as we get toward the end of the puzzle, I think I'm right in my thought that there is no theme for this Sunday puzzle, where it's just a freestyle exercise. All the clues are unrelated. 97 across, lip. That could be sass and attitude. 91 down, prefix with normative. Cis-normative, I could kind of see. Haven't heard that term used before, but I could see what it means. 92 down, blank shoestring, on a shoestring. 93 down, they're parked in parks. RVs go to parks, recreational vehicles. So treeless tracts are steppes in terms of a biome, a climate area. A steppe would be large grasslands. Go undefeated. To sweep. Yeah, like the Nats swept the Cincinnati Reds in this last series. Tomorrow, yeah, that fits. 81 down is Blank People's Campaign, a 1968 SCLC movement. The Poor People's Campaign, just a guess. This could be a corporate something. 87 down, Blank Take Arms against a Sea of Troubles. That's Hamlet mixing his metaphors, whether or not 'tis nobler in the spirit to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles. All right, so let's try corporate as the beginning of 91 across, our controversial business oversight. I think it's the Poor People's Campaign. I have to look up what that was. It's one of those little nuggets of history or knowledge or wisdom that you might gain from doing crossword puzzles. One of the reasons I like to do them. So an inverted roller coaster, I guess you would dangle high off the ground. Danced at a luau, hulaed, did the hula. Odds bodkins, another, or is it odd bodkins? Some OT enders are touchdowns. Odds bodkins, which I've learned, because I had to look this up. It was in another puzzle. Bodkin is a kind of dagger, but odds bodkins is a, like the way in modern English you might say heck instead of hell. God's body is what odds bodkins is meant to reproduce without being overly blasphemous. Okay, so here we go. Somebody went down. Pleasing rhymes. Pleasing rhythms, sorry. Gambols? Controversial business oversight. Corporate surveillance. Okay, I was thinking oversight as something you failed to do, a sin of omission, but surveillance is also oversight. Is this a gavotte or grooves? Grooves are pleasing rhythms. If I could learn to talk. A band might go around your wrist as well as your waist. Okay, yes. 95 down before poetically is air, and comes clean with up is fesses up. Some fan-made literary works are fan fiction. Okay, and we ought to be able to finish this. Let's see if we can get one more song out of this bottom corner. Nurse. Nope, 79 across. Gimme that love. What song is that? Every day. I don't know. Lover of Tristan. Tristan and Isolde, which is an opera. I don't know a song from that opera. Bothersome Recurrence. Nope, and 100 across. Old Bulgarian rulers. The Tsars probably ruled Bulgaria at one point. 85 down, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, referring to prayer. Prayer is better than sleep. Salat is the name of that pillar in Arabic. 79 down, very complicated situation, so to speak. A morass, possibly. That gives it Tsars for the rulers of Bulgaria. Diamond component. Are we talking about a baseball diamond here? Atlanta fits, but how is Atlanta a component of a diamond? I don't know. 73 across. Gene activating substance. 74 down. Eyes, informally, are your peepers. There we go. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Then we can put in flare up for a bothersome recurrence. Sip, for nurse a drink, is to drink it slowly, to sip it. Gimme, mine. A silent A is a component of the word diamond. An inducer is something that activates genes or other things, really. So I think N will finish the puzzle. Here we go. I think I had 32 minutes and 40 seconds. There was like a minute on the clock before I started, because it took me a minute to set up the screen. So probably a little less, but still probably over 30 minutes, which is kind of my normal deadline that I kind of set for myself for a Sunday New York Times. I can usually do one a little bit under 30 minutes. So I think maybe the lack of theme gave me a little bit of trouble today. We had these 2 longish stacks, both of which were kind of hard to figure out. I've commented before that these long answers can look intimidating, but once you get some crossing letters, it gives you a hint as to what the phrase will be, and that gives you a lot to work with. So I kind of like it when they have long stacks like this. Come on in, the water's fine. It was actually my first, I thought jump on in was going to be the swimmer's invitation. Congressional district, I had to get a lot of letters for that. Corporate surveillance didn't come easy. Got corporate from the business, and then surveillance came after that, and roller coaster came first for this one. All right, not a lot of crossword E's in here, not a lot of cultural references or newish vocabulary that I wasn't familiar with. I think Afro Man, and I was recently reminded of Afro Man because of his court battles, which I thought was pretty funny, actually. He showed a video of the police searching his house, and one of the officers was really tempted by some cornbread or cake on the counter. That was funny. Neurology was kind of hard to figure out, but yeah, not a lot of crosswords. I've seen ube show up in a couple of recent puzzles. A covey of quails or partridges took a minute to think that. It's a bevy of quails, I think. All right, well, that was a good puzzle. I hope you enjoyed that. Please come back to my channel for more puzzles and games. I'll see you next time.